Good morning, students. कैलाश चंद्र पंडा प्रांत इंग्लिश प्रमुख शिक्षा विकास समिति ओडिशा welcomes you to a new grammar class. Today we shall discuss the non-finite verb. In our last classes we have discussed the kind of non-finite verb, the meaning of non-finite verb, and also the functions of the non-finite verb. And on the context of the non-finite verb, today we shall discuss the use of non-finite verb. So first of all, today we shall discuss to plus infinitive, the use of to plus infinitive verb. It is an important, very important for you so far the examination is concerned. So watch the video again and again, and if you have any doubt, then ask your teachers. First of all, we shall discuss about non-finite verb or to plus infinitive as a noun. Most of the cases, non-finite verb act as a noun. In our last class, we have discussed the functions. There also we have discussed this point. Non-finite verb or to plus infinitive as a subject of the finite verb. We can take an example. To eat too much is harmful. Here to eat act as a subject. To eat too much is totally a subject, and here the non-finite verb is to eat. Is the verb and harmful is the complement. Just like that, to live without air, it is the subject, and here the to plus infinitive is to live. Just like that, we can say non-finite verb act as an object of the finite verb. We can say he forgot to bring his books. See, he is the subject, forgot is the verb, and to bring it acts as an object. Just like they refused to go for a walk. They, it is the subject, refused is the transitive verb, and to go, it is the to plus infinitive, it acts as an object. Then come to the next, non-finite verb as an object complement. Here we can say first we can see the finite verb, then an object, then to plus infinitive. She promised to work hard. Here she is the subject, promised, it is the verb. To work hard. To work hard is act as a subject object complement. He promised him to work hard. They managed to put the fire out. They managed, the subject and the verb, to put the fire out. Just like non-finite verb as a subject complement. Who is to blame? Who is the subject and is the verb, and to blame and who, that complement to each other. That is why who is to blame is the subject complement. His greatest pleasure is to read novels. His greatest pleasure, it is the subject. To read novel, it complements his greatest pleasure. That is why to read, it is the non-finite verb, it is used as a subject complement. Non-finite verb as an adjective, we have to give importance on it. She wants somebody to admire her. Here it qualifies to admire, it qualifies the pronoun her. That is why it is used as an adjective. We can take another example. I will have to repeat. Here to repeat, it complements, it qualifies the noun clause. Non-finite verb as an adjunct. I am waiting to hear the news. I am waiting is a full sentence. To hear the news, it is the extra item of the sentence. So it acts as an adjunct, and to hear is the non-finite verb here. He come to congratulate us. To congratulate, it is the non-finite verb. He came, it is the full sentence. So to congratulate us, it is an adjunct. Then come to non-finite verb, to plus infinitive after question word. In this pattern, the object of the verb is an interrogative pronoun. Generally who, what, how, which or whom, or adverbs like where, when or whether, they followed by to infinitive. We can take an example. I have no idea which train to take. Which train to take, it is a totally a question form, and to take is the non-finite verb here. Just like please tell me how to spell the word. Here how to spell the word is a question phrase, it is an interrogative phrase, and how to is the non-finite verb. The non-finite verb to plus infinitive after to and enough. Generally to plus adjective or adverb plus to plus infinitive, the pattern of the sentence will be like this. The old man is too weak to work. The old man is too weak. After to, then there is weak, it is the adjective. To work is the non-finite verb here used. She is old enough to go to school. Is old enough, enough, after enough, to go comes. So to go it is the non-finite verb. Then come to the next non-finite verb, to plus infinitive after the adjective. Here adjective, then to plus infinitive. I am glad. Glad is an adjective, or we can say also adverb. I am glad. Glad is an adjective. To receive is the non-finite verb. I am glad to receive your letter. English is easy to learn. Easy is an adjective. Then to plus infinitive, to learn comes. Just like non-finite verb, to plus infinitive is used after the comparative or superlative form of the adjective also. It is quicker to travel by air. Quicker, it is the comparative form of the adjective. Then comes to travel. It is safest to keep money with the bank. Safest, it is superlative form of the adjective, and after it the to infinitive comes, that is to keep. Then non-finite verb to plus infinitive after the passive. After the passive form of verb, we can also use the to plus infinitive, and especially after the verb like ask, advise, accept, invite, persuade, tell, warn, just like that. I was asked, it is a passive form of the sentence, to stand in the queue. Teacher were told, this is the passive form of sentence, to attend the meeting. Then come to another point, non-finite verb to plus infinitive after only. The police arrived late only to find that the thieves had escaped. After only, the to plus infinitive form will come. I drove quickly only to find that the train had left the station. So to plus infinitive comes after only. Then non-finite verb to replace the relative clause. There was no place for us to sit. There was no place for us. It replaces, then the relative clause will come. But in place of relative clause, we will use to sit. There was no place for us to sit. Just like Ranjan was the first boy whom I know. Whom I know, in place of whom I know, we use to arrive. So in place of a relative clause, generally, we can use to plus infinitive. Non-finite verb, to modify the entire sentence, we can use it to change the sentence totally. Suppose here you can see, to tell you the truth, I have never asked him for a loan. Here to tell, it modifies the total sentence. Just like to be honest, I just don't like him. To be honest, it modifies the total sentence. At the end we can see that is split infinitive. What is split infinitive? In certain cases, generally we can see a word or some words or a phrase, they are put between to and the verb. To go, between to and go, if you use a verb, if you use a word, then it will be called split infinitive. For example, we can see, it would take ages to really master English grammar. You can see to and master, to master, it is the non-finite verb, to plus infinitive, and between to and master, there is a word really. So it is called the split infinitive. Then you should try to fully understand the subject matter. You should try to understand. To understand, it is the non-finite verb, and to and understand, between to and understand, there is a word fully. So these are the use of to plus infinitive. So next class we will see the use of bare infinitive. Thank you.